Hello and welcome and thank you for joining me today. I'm going to do another modern event. I'm doing a modern daily because Origins is on everyone's mind. The pre-release just happened and it's not Magic Line for a little bit, so I'm just going to do modern until then. I'll be doing a lot of standard after Origins comes out. So I found this list that went 4-1 in a modern festival preliminary qualifier event, and it's based on the card Restore Balance. It's from the same cycle as Living End and the other suspend cards without casting costs. And what this one does is balance. So each player sacrifices down to the amount of lands, creatures, and cards in hand that the least player has. Player with the least has. So we're going to cascade into it because it has no casting cost with Violent Outbursts and Demonic Dread and Ardent Plea. So it's the only card in our deck that costs less than 3, so our cascades can only hit Restore Balance. And the goal is to have no creatures in play, so kill all the creatures. And we use Greater Gargadon, which is suspend 10 for 1 red. But then we can sacrifice an artifact creature or land to remove a time counter from it. So we Violent Outburst and Restore Balance, sacrifice all our lands. So they lose all their lands and all their creatures, and probably discard a lot of cards. And we're also bouncing lands with these border posts. They're a cycle from Reborn, where they're like dual lands, but they're artifacts. And they cost 3 to play, but you can pay 1 to return a basic land you control to your hand to cast it. So we're keeping our lands short even if we don't have Greater Gargadon by playing these. So Restore Balances are pretty brutal. And because these require basic lands, our mana base is just basics and Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanses to get the basics. We have 2 forests, 2 mountains, an island, a plains, and a swamp. And then the other part of the deck is we're just, besides Greater Gargadon, it's just a bunch of suspend cards because it gets cards out of our hand, and then after we restore balance, they'll come into play. So we have Shivan Sandmage that removes time counters from our permanents or adds them. I actually was playing earlier today and I added time counters to my Greater Gargadon because I need to be able to have no creatures in play. This died. When I restored balance, I needed this to be suspended for a longer time. And that was pretty sweet. Keldon Halberdiers, which is a 4/1 first strike with suspend. Riftwing Cloudscape, bounces the permanent. It's pretty nice. So, let's say they have like 1 creature or something after you restore balance, you can Cloudscape it back. Then Nihilith, which is suspend 7. It's a 4/4 with Fear, which is like can't be blocked except for black and artifact creatures. But whenever a card's put in the opponent's graveyard, you get to remove a time counter from it. So when you restore balance, they usually have a lot of cards go to the graveyard and it comes to play a turn. You start attacking for 4. So that's the deck. We also have 4 Singing Spirit Guides to perpetuate like a turn 2 potential Violent Outburst, or even fast, like on their turn when they're not suspecting it. That's the deck. It only plays 13 lands because of all the border posts. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty fun. It's crazy. This deck actually mulligans really well because the more you mulligan, the less cards you have in your hand for restore balance. And you only need a couple cards to operate. In the sideboard, we have a lot of artifact and enchantment hakes. That's what's really good against us, like Eidolon Rhetoric or Stony Silence. So it plays 2 Corrosive Grips. And once again, we can't play anything that costs less than 3, or else the Violent Outbursts and Ardent Pleas and the Cascade doesn't work. So we're playing cards that cost more than 3, and also cards that have alternate costs, which allow us to cheat that. So we have Wismare, which destroys enchantments. It only costs 3, but you can evoke it for 1 if we need to. So we can get played before turn 3. Same with Ingot Chewer, kills artifacts. Then also we have Traps. Refraction Trap, if they cast a red spell, we can redirect 3 damage for 1 mana. Keeps us alive, prevents damage, usually kills their guy. Killed Young Pyromancer with it earlier, that's pretty sweet. And then Ricochet Trap, costs 1 red if they played a blue spell. So it's basically just a counterspell for blue spells, because you can change the counterspell back to itself usually, almost like every time. And then we have 2 Slaughter Games for combo decks, or like Tron, or decks where this is obviously where it's good. So we're going to try out on this daily and see how it goes.
Hello and welcome to round 1 of our daily. This is our hand, we're on the draw. It's okay, it doesn't have a cascade spell, but it has 2 border posts, everything but blue mana, which is good, and a couple suspend cards. I think we can keep this. I'm somewhat aggressive in a mulligan, but like this hand, it's very close to being good. So we're gonna hope to draw Cascade's card. Okay, so we're playing its Affinity. Mox Opal start. If you watched last week, I lost to turn 3 Emrakul, and Mox Opal was part of that. So I don't like this card anymore. They ban Rite of Flame, but they don't ban a Mox. Yeah, go figure. Alright, so he has tons of mana. And we're just gonna like either suspend a card or play border post. Cranial. Um, hmm. Guess we just start doing border posts. We need green mana, because in case we draw Outburst next turn, we might want to do it. We could Spirit Guide a suspend card, but I don't think that's worth it. He only has 2 cards in hand. We're gonna hit for 2, 4, 5, 6 next turn at least. So we have like a couple turns to find an answer. We might have to hard cast this here, Simian Spirit Guide to block these. Our opponent looks like he's double queuing, because he took 5 minutes to start the match. It's interesting that he didn't F6 our turn if he is double queuing, because whenever I double queue, F6 is definitely my friend. Let's see if he's gonna respond to our border post somehow. Nope. So we'll just say go. So yeah, we just need to draw a Violent Outburst or Demonic Dread. Either of them are castable. Somewhat important to like Gargadon Restore Balance are just so much better than non-Gargadon ones, because leaving them with the land is so much worse than leaving them with no lands. But then again, he's gonna have these 3 artifacts, so he'll still have a Mox Opal. But we have a pretty good sideboard for Affinity, so we're taking 7, so we have like 2 turns. We have 8 turn. No, we have 2 turns, 2 draws. Alright, that's not it. So I'm just gonna suspend Nihilith. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. It's just a made-up word, so it's not too big of a deal. It's based off the word like a Nihil, like Oblivion, like Nihil Spellbomb. Alright, so we'll just say go. We could have suspended a Halberdier that turn, or a Sand Mage, because we're gonna have 3 mana anyways. Oh, but then we can't use it to jump block, and that's the plan. So we have a fairly deep sideboard for Affinity, so hopefully we draw it after board. Kind of fortunate we can't play Ancient Grudge because we will cascade into it. But yeah, we got some answers. We got Ingot Chewers, so I don't think he can kill me this turn. All right, Glimmer Void. Okay. I might, if I draw an Outburst, I might just want a Spirit Guide, so he sacrifices a land. So that goes away. I mean, I lose a counter here. Kind of funny, Fear isn't good against Affinity. There's not too many Fear cards to see play, if any that I can think of. It was, I think it was right in retrospect to play the Wild Field border post because we didn't have green mana at the time. But because of that, we can't cast the Sand Mage next turn. If it gets down to that, our opponent is taking his time. He only has 2 cards in hand. He drew a lot of fluff in the Affinity deck, like the drums, which isn't bad. Alright, so we drew no land, which isn't what we wanted to draw. So he doesn't have an answer for this. And if he doesn't have another creature, well, like, this is going to buy so much time. So now we need, we're still short blue mana. We drew our planes, not the island. Let's see. Okay. So it's kind of awkward that we have this creature in play and he didn't attack. So we had one of these and he was sandbagging it. I guess, oh wait, he didn't have enough mana. Wait, no he did. Oh, actually I'm not sure. So we need to attack and hope he chump blocks. Or else, but we also have to draw the Violent Outburst or Demonic Dread this turn. We're also gonna get Mind Twisted because he has no cards in his hand, but that's not a big deal. Like, we just need to draw one of our Cascade cards. Looking back, I could have mulliganed into it. It's only turn 4. He's presenting lethal. So we didn't have that much time. He had a really fast draw. Attacking for a 7 or 6 on turn 2. That's pretty good. So yeah, it's kind of annoying when you have to play against someone who every turn just stops on your upkeep for no reason. No cards in hand, no effects. So yeah. Okay. Now we're frozen. Okay. Alright, well we drew a Porter Post, so we're dead. Um, yeah. There's 2 more turns. Now we get some at least some sideboard hate for artifacts. We're gonna bring in these Ingot Chewers and these Grips. I usually cut some Suspend creatures because you can see, like, especially in this matchup, they're not as important. We just need like 1 or 2. So I usually cut the same mages. We'll go ahead and submit this. Alright, we get to play first for game 2. This hand is slow. We don't have red or green mana. I think I have to mulligan it. If this was like a red or green border post, I think we can keep it, but we're gonna have to mulligan it. Okay, this hand's way better. We have the mana Violent Outburst. So we can definitely keep this. So let's play our border. So we can even do it turn 2. That's obviously probably not right. But yeah, this is a really good hand. I gotta watch out for like ancient grudge effects. So from like even if I draw like a blue source, I probably can't suspend. I just have to keep up the Violent Outbursts. And make him discard 4 cards if I do during his upkeep, but he still have a land in play. Yeah, we're just not gonna play more lands. Just keep going. We're looking for a suspend card. We're looking for like Gargon to be awesome. Then we can play our lands. Okay, so we have some time. There's 5 cards in hand. Worst draw. I think I was gonna say go. We're gonna lose our hand, more than likely. He's probably just gonna flood the board. But yeah, so this is one of the dangers of sideboarding out like suspend creatures. You don't draw them, but we haven't drawn any of our sideboard cards anyways, so it's not like we would have drawn suspend creatures this game yet. So our opponent is taking his time. Sorry for that. Kind of unexciting to watch, especially against Affinity when there's not much going on. Alright, so there's a Glimmer Void. That's something. There's a Signal Pest. So we're taking 2 this turn. I might Outburst if he animates Nexus. He doesn't know really what's going on yet. Well, he probably does. If he is familiar with like modern, like this is kind of a very obscure modern deck, obviously, but there's a chance he might not know. There's a chance he might know. He didn't see anything from us that would lead him to believe we're restore balance. He is taking his time. Alright, he did something. He's animating his ink moth. I think we'll wait one more turn. So we're taking 2 poison and 2 damage. Yeah, we can at least wait one more turn. So we're really looking to draw a Gargadon here. Okay, sweet. So now that's perfect. Perfect draw. So we'll just say go. So now we can leave him with no hand, no lands, no... Well, not no hand, but no lands, no creatures. And our Gargadon will have 8 counters on it. We could wait one more turn again. We'll see what we're at. We haven't seen any colored spells, so we don't know. He might have, like, Spell Pierces, or it could be like Galvanic Blast. It's hard to say, really. Okay, Thoughtcast. That's fine. Let's play more things. Come on. Load your hand. Just play a land. There we go. He's casting spells. Nope. Okay. I think we're just gonna wait till his end step to do this. So we're gonna take 3 more poison, put us at 5. Take 3. Oh wait. So take 4 poison, put us at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see if he plays anything. Kind of awkward that we have this Restore Balance in our hand, because there's a good chance we would need all 3. It's very likely that we might need all 3 to win. So we're 11, he's at 25. That's not too real. Like, if we're winning, we're gonna win. So he's thinking. Alright, he played a land, and he played a drum. Okay, drum doesn't matter. I guess it matters if he has, like, he's slow rolling, like, 0-cost creatures. Do we need to do his end step? No, we can still wait. If we draw a blue, like the untap island, we get to suspend Cloudscape, which is awesome. Nope. Alright, we're just gonna say go. Yeah, here comes the Ink Moth. Could have Spell Pierce here, which would been better to end step, but I think that's still fine. Alright. And let's just go for it. No reason to use the Spirit Guide. Let's get rid of these. And make him discard a card, but I don't think that's going to be relevant. So let's hit that Restore Balance. Cascade, okay. Be careful because this instantly becomes a no button on the casting Restore Balance. Alright. So, yep. It's a pretty good 3-mana instant. Destroy lands and all creatures. Can't complain. So we don't have a basic land to a bounce for a border post. And we're actually a little bit far off from casting Guardian, but at least we clear the board. We're still at a pretty healthy life total. And yeah. Let's see how much he was slow rolling. Alright, there's a Nexus. That's not good for us. There's a Scourge. Okay. Alright, double Scourge. Okay. So we have a couple turns to find another like land and outburst. We can also just find like a oh, now I draw a border post. Blue-white one, too. So we're on a 4-turn clock from this Ink Moth. Wow, I got a lot of stuff. So we draw like a Terramorphic Expanse. We're in great shape because we get to break it, get a basic, play the border post bounce, and then we can Argent Plea and clear his board again. Okay, Thoughtseize. So we can't attack with Ink Moth this turn, so that gives us more time because like the other creatures aren't going to kill us faster than the Ink Moth will. I guess, well, we still only have 2 turns. No, he doesn't have mana to activate Ink Moth and pump it with the Blink Moth. Let's see what he decides to take. I think the best card is the Border Post. Oh no, we took the Spirit Guide. Okay. He had mana floating? Okay. Alright. So we need to draw basic next turn or we're dead. No, we have... Depends on if he has another land or not. So he's sandbagging really well. He definitely knew what he was playing against. Sorry, we're already 10 minutes up on him. You should get punished for this. This is like unrealistic how terrible this system is for time management. Especially at beginning of matches, at least once in an event, I have to wait 9 minutes before my opponent shows up. Just an unfortunate cranial. So we're dead next turn. So is there anything we can draw? I don't think so. Not at this point. If we saw the other Spirit Guide, we could draw an Outburst. Actually, oh, he has enough mana to animate the Nexus now too. I'm gonna say if we draw Ingot Chewer, we didn't draw Ingot Chewers or Grips. We can Chewer the Cranial Plating, but we're still dead to the Activate Nexus Pump. So yeah. So 8 poison next turn he can animate and pump. Yeah, this is just too late. It's unfortunate. Well, that's our first match. Hopefully we can do better in the next ones. Alright, we're back for round 2, and this has to spend cards and a lot of mana, but no Cascade. We're going to try mulliganing to a Cascade spell and see if that works out better. This has a Cascade spell with no actual lands. We just need a land, and it'd been fine. This has Restore Balance. Alright, I guess we'll try this 4-card hand. We're pretty far off from casting... Oh, I guess we cast Demonic Dread. That's what we're looking to draw, the one of. Maybe the first hand was okay, but could potentially see just losing instantly like we did game 1. Oh, okay. That's good. Now we can cast Ardent Plea. Still can't cast the Outburst, but at least we can cast something that increases our odds. Thought Scour Self. Okay, so it's a Grixis. Makes sense. So it's kind of tough to play around counter spells. You have to have like a Outburst and a step into on your turn to play another Cascade spell. Just this casual turn 2 Tassiger. It's pretty good. We got time. Okay, perfect. So now we can cast all of our Cascade spells. We can't cast Demonic Dread next turn, but after that we can. So we got a couple turns. They don't have the fastest clock, but it might be hard to find a window where they're tapped out for us to be able to resolve it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll play this. I'm going to bounce our land and then not play more lands. Just say go. I'm not going to play the Spirit Guide. I might do it the chump block. Actually, we do need to play a mountain eventually. More than likely. Well, I guess we can just use a Spirit Guide. Bolt to the face. Okay. Play a Snapcaster Bolt. So next turn would be a perfect time to draw something. We don't have any suspend cards, so even if we like reset the board, like we're not presenting a clock. Alright. Do I play this? I think we do. Nah. I was really feeling like it was going to be Snapcaster Bolt end the turn, but he didn't have it. He didn't activate Tasker either. Just keeping on mana. Alright, that game didn't go as well. Mulligan to full. We saw 9 cards, didn't see a Cascade spell. It's pretty unlucky. So we want the Ricochet traps here, and I think that's it. They don't have like Stony Silence to turn off our border posts, so we don't have to worry about that. Magic Line's freezing, so we're going to take out some suspend cards and just add the Ricochet traps. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Magic Line's a well-functioning program. 1 second. Alright, I think we're back. So I'll just cut some of the suspend cards and add the Ricochet traps. Maybe those are better than the Halberdiers. These just die to Electrolyze. Alright, we'll try this out. We'd like to play first, of course. Okay, this hand's great. We can spend Cloud Skate. We have the mana for Outburst. We're definitely keeping this. So I think we're just going to go suspend, and then cast Border Posts. Maybe suspend this one and then double Border Post next turn because we don't want to get... so I'm trying to play around Spell Pierce. I guess we'll just Border Post now. Because like we need both, like at least one of these in play. The next turn I can Border Post, suspend. Let's do that. Which one do I want to put into play? I guess this one. So we're in good shape now. We have everything we need. And we'll have to suspend guys going. Now it doesn't matter if he counters this, because we can still cast any of our Cascade spells because of the mountain and the island. Could just suspend this and say go. That sounds fine. And that, because he paid 2 life, so that means he has like Mana Leak or Remand or something silly. I guess we can play a land, because then if he... No, I'm gonna try to keep the lands off the table. Well, I guess if he counters this, I'll just let him waste his turn. It's fine by me. Kind of unfortunate though. We do need to hit we need to outburst after he delves something, because after the restore balance, he could easily delve into like a angler or something crazy. So if he has Thought Scour, he'll have 3 more cards in the graveyard. 5. He can angler me. That's a possibility. I guess we don't necessarily need to. We have the Cloudscapes, which is good against Delve. It makes it really hard to recast the spells you're delving into. Ooh, that's unfortunate. I guess we'll discard this island. Oh no. Mountain. That's pretty good. Holding Command's fine. Just means we can't outburst this turn. Though if he does hit one of these, that means we can't, because we're shut off of red and green mana. Like they're them together. So when did these come into play? That's weird. It didn't show up on the screen. It's showing off screen. I'm sorry about that. 2. They should have 2, so they both come into play the turn after next. Tasigur, okay. So we can end step outburst, upkeep outburst. Yep, that's the plan. So he gets to have a land, unfortunately. So do we take the 4? I think we do. That's fine. So if he has like 2 remands, we're pretty unfortunate. Nothing we can do about that. So let's just do this. We can also like suspend it. It'll take forever to come off suspend, but it'll eventually happen. Hopefully it just has Cryptic Command. Ooh, Cryptic Command bouncing a border post would be actually insane. But let's see if he thinks to do that. Malik. Nope. So let's put this on the stack first. Let's do this again. Hopefully it doesn't have a second one. We can draw a Ricochet Trap. That's like our only really sideboard options for these kind of decks. We can't play like a efficient discard. Everything would have to be like 3 mana spells like Corrosion effects. Or else we cascade into them. And we can't play Boseiju because we're not using the mana to cast the Restore Balance. It'd be going to the Violent Outburst. So our opponent's waiting. So hopefully that means he doesn't have anything. Alright, here we go. We get attack for 5. He's on a 3-turn clock. Whoa, Counter Squall. Okay. At least we get our suspend guys. We can bounce Tasigur. Let's remove 2 time counters from our Cloudscape. Let's cast this. Bounce the Tasigur. So we did draw a 3rd Cascade effect. We might need that. I'm not going to play the Swamp yet. If we do play the Swamp, we could have, like, if we drew a basic untapped, so we could hard cast Halberdier next turn. can play Tasker now. We just get attack for 2. We can just say F it, suspend. He has 2 lands. He discards most of his hand. Or like, I mean Cascade, but then he has a Tasker and we have a Cloudscape. That doesn't seem good. I guess we'll just suspend. Say go. We'll like double block. And hopefully like he'll tap out on his turn to like play a removal spell or something silly. We also don't have double red. We haven't drawn any fetch lands or any. We have a mountain in our graveyard? Oh yeah, we discarded that. Alright, terminate. That's fine. Well, that's a game, because I can't cascade this our last restore balance. We drew it. We had a 1 in 45 chance, and we got there in the bad way. Well, that's the end of our daily. So yeah. So yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. Didn't win a game. This deck is good against like mid-range green decks that don't have counter spells. But Affinity was just too fast, and we play against counterspell deck. So yeah. That's the deck. I hope you liked it. It's pretty frustrating around one. Our opponent was playing so slow, but the deck seems sweet. It's fun. We just didn't have the right matchups. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching.